What's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and there is some breaking news that came out today, and that is something that I've been expecting to happen for a while now, actually, and that is the unfortunate Rooster Teeth is being shut down after 21 years. Now, as much as I would like to actually come on here on YouTube and say that I'm shocked and I'm very disappointed in what Warner Brothers has done, I can't say that for this one. Now, and the reason why I can't say this for this one is because I've literally been saying that Rooster Teeth probably has a year left, going all the way back to 2020. I have literally said this, that they've literally have maybe a year left. And honestly, I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. I thought for sure Warner Brothers with that, a lot of people are gonna blame David Zaslav for this one. Trust me, David Zaslav. I don't like David Zaslav. He's tax writing off everything. He's freaking screwing up the Coyote movie. Which would have made a lot of money. He's going to write that off, apparently. Well, we know he's going to do that. He tried to sell them and it freaking didn't work. But you can't blame David Zaslav for this one. And the reason why you can't blame David Zaslav for this one is because Rooster Teeth as a company has literally been going downhill for years before even Warner Brothers Warner Brothers gobbled them up, I believe back in 2019 or whatever it was. They when they did the whole acquisition back in the day for the mergers and stuff like that. So Rooster Teeth was kind of forced into that. It was not something they wanted to do, but they were owned by Full Screen, and Full Screen sold them to AT&T, Warner Media, and so that's why Warner Brothers kind of just basically indirectly got them, and then of course once they sold it to Discovery, they were inherited to that, yada yada yada. Basically, that's what kind of happened to Rooster Teeth. And so then Rooster Teeth was, they had to come up with reasons to why they should keep going, basically. Because Warner Brothers has their own studio. They have their own studio, where they make all the DC stuff and whatnot. So for animation and stuff like that. So Rooster Teeth's existence hinged on them being profitable. And quite frankly, the past couple of years they haven't been profitable. And they've had so many scandals over the past couple of years, from the not wanting to pay animators overtime, from the whole vice president being a piece of shit, and getting arrested for serious crime that we can't really say on here, but you guys know what it is. From the whole thing with limiting the Ruby from the from the actual YouTube, from the websites, and then putting it on Crunchyroll, outsourcing it to Crunchyroll or whatever, all those scandals that were going on. I mean, you literally had to not be in the loop to not know that the writing on the wall was coming for Crunchyroll as a company, that they were a dead company walking. And it doesn't surprise me. The only people I feel bad for are the workers, the hard workers, the animators, the people that work their hands on that are losing their job. Those are the only people I feel bad. I don't feel bad for the company, because the company has no one to blame but themselves. The company literally has had scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. And everything since Monty Ohms passed away years ago, the company has just not been the same. Monty Ohms, when he was there and he was running the animation department, the company seemed to be really good. Then unfortunately he passed away, which still upsets a lot of people to this day. I think he was like 34 years old. Very talented guy. Losing his life that short really sucks. But Rooster Teeth as a company ever since then has not recovered. The structure has been totally different. The company feel has been different. And also it affected Ruby as well as a storyline. The storyline was affected by, him not being there as well. And that was their, you know, their most popular show was being alienated. And a lot of things. But like I said, I've been saying this for a while. I've been telling anybody who wants to hear it. I've said it here on YouTube multiple times that I felt that Rooster Teeth was going to go down as a company because there was no reason for Warner Brothers to have it. Now, according to what is being said, is that all the top tier shows that are on Rooster Teeth are going to be sold off individually. I don't know how that's going to work. A lot of shows that don't get purchased are probably just going to be canceled. And honestly, other than Red and Blue and Ruby, I mean, actually mostly Ruby. I don't even know if Red and Blue really has any value anymore, but it might have value to somebody still. But Ruby is the only thing that they have on that catalog that can be sold, that a company, a studio, an animation studio would be interested in. And I know, yes, some people are going to say that Ruby as a show has kind of lost its popularity with a lot of the storyline decisions that they've made that have been pretty stupid as of late. But Ruby, people seem to forget, Ruby is still popular in Japan. It still has a huge market in Japan. And there's still a lot of interest, I think, from other animation studios here that might want to buy it as well. But I could totally see a Japanese company buying Ruby. I could totally see it because there's already an anime manga strip of Ruby out there from Shonen Jump from years ago that was released, and it's very popular in Japan. Ruby is very popular in Japan. They've even made like Japanese soundtrack versions of the English soundtrack. Ruby is pretty popular in Japan, so I could totally see Ruby getting purchased by one of the Japanese animation studios. And if not, then maybe another animation company here in America. I don't know, but I definitely could see Japan buying Ruby. As for the other stuff, I'm not exactly sure because outside of Ruby, is there really anything value? Maybe Red and Blue, but I don't know any of the current stuff that really matters. Gemlock was a total flop. I don't think anybody's going to want to buy that. So y'all remember that Warner Brothers really tried to force on that, and they even tried to put it on Toonami, and they didn't show the entire show or whatever of it. I think did they end up getting a season 2 for Genlock? Because they said they were going to do a season 2. I think they did release season 2, but it was released very quietly. But after that, I think they realized that it wasn't gonna go anywhere, and then they just stopped. Yeah, Ruby's the only thing that I think. Now, what Warner Brothers might do, and this might be a smart move by them, they might do it as a package deal where they'll put Ruby on the selling block with all the other like unpopular shows, and try to see if they can get the most money out of it. That's how I could also see Warner Brothers. David Zaslav, that cheap, dirty bastard, will probably try to do that, where the companies will only be interested in Ruby, but like they'll freaking do it where they'll like have Ruby like set up with all the other things, because Ruby's the only thing that is worth a damn from their catalog. As piss poor as Ruby has been the last 2 seasons, Ruby still has value because they can sell the mangas, they can sell like all these spin-off things that they do. Like, the mangas that they did sold very well in Japan. So I could totally see them like being interested in Ruby. Maybe not to have a new season of it, but to also to release mangas, merchandise, maybe a new season eventually. But I could definitely see Japan buying Ruby. And I'm calling that right now. I think they are the front runners to buy Ruby. I think they're like, people seem to forget how popular Ruby is in Japan. I think they're the front runners to buy Ruby. before any of the American companies try to buy him. I don't know. Maybe Warner Brothers wants to keep Ruby, but I think they said it wasn't the selling bot. But maybe they decide that they want to keep Ruby because they do those crossovers. But the crossovers didn't do that well. They weren't received that well, and the crossovers between Ruby and DC, like the animation ones, they weren't received very well, and I don't think they did well when they, in terms of buying and whatnot. So I don't know if they want to continue forward with Ruby in any way, because it seems like they weren't trying to get a season 10 out. And they really delayed season 9 for a long period of time. So the future of Ruby is bleak, but I do think Ruby will survive this because, again, like I said, there is interest internationally for Ruby. The Japanese companies, I could totally see one of them, maybe Toei Animation or Suation even, Sona Jump, which actually has worked with Rooster Teeth before. On putting out a manga strip of it. There's a lot of different options in Japan for Ruby, especially since a lot of people see Ruby as an anime anyways. But I could definitely see Ruby still going somewhere. Don't know if it's going to lead to a season 10, but I do think it will lead somewhere. Maybe a reboot, or a soft reboot at the very least, because I do think whoever takes over Ruby is gonna have to really clean something off of it. They're gonna really have to clean either do a retelling of the original Ruby, a reboot, a full reboot, or a soft reboot. Something definitely needs to happen with Ruby, like with whoever takes it over, because the way it is right now, the story is not that written well. So there's definitely going to have to be some of that, but again, that's something they'll have to figure out later. But I guarantee you right now, Ruby will be safe. My personal opinion. But then, I have to trust it, but at the same time, I did predict Rooster Teeth 3 years ago that they were gone, that they were going to be gone within the next couple of years, and that's exactly what happened. I feel bad for the workers that are working there, because I know a lot of those workers were being mistreated by Rooster Teeth, and all of them that stuck with them, power to them. Those animators that were not being treated right at all. I feel bad for those workers, man. Like, it really sucks when you lose your job like that, especially that nobody knew. Like they found out on Twitter. That's what apparently they found. They all found out on Twitter. They were like, yeah, we're gone. Like, and then everybody's literally reacting on Twitter in real time. That sucks. I was like, that dude. That is never how you're supposed to find out about losing a job. By the way, like, that is such bullshit. If I have to find out on goddamn social media that I just lost a job, I'm gonna be fucking pissed too. If I was them, I'd be just as much pissed off as they are right now. But yeah, it does not surprise me that they're gone. Death Battle. Is this the end of Death Battle? Because that's the other poppy. But that's a web show, though. See, Death Battle's a web show, though. It's not like a TV show like Ruby, even though Ruby technically was a web show too. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like sprites and all that stuff. I don't know where Death Battle's going. They still make revenue on YouTube, so there is still a possibility that Death Battle could still be running right now. I don't know. Maybe through Warner Brothers. I don't know. I don't know what their status is. I don't know if they've made an announcement yet about that. But I feel like, and I don't know how Death Battle is structured in terms of, like, is it considered an IP or anything like that? it's just like a a web show really. Like Ruby's different though, because Ruby's like a TV show that was just started on the web. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's really Death Battle's kind of like it's like a fucking. It's not like a 30-minute like TV syndicated thing. I don't know how that works in terms of that being an IP or not. I don't know how that works with them, but we might very well have seen the final days of Death Battle, which I don't care because Death Battle is biased with a lot of their fights, but it sucks those people that work there, because I know there's a lot of good animators that work there, and I feel bad for them losing their job like that. But Death Battle, your little Goku versus Superman fights came back to haunt you now, didn't you? All kidding aside, I am very, very sad for people that are losing their jobs. But anyways, like I said, yeah, this is very unfortunate, guys. I am very eager to see what the future of a lot of these properties will happen. Mostly Ruby, because I am going to I'm moderating what the future of Ruby is going to hold, because I do feel like Ruby's going like they're either getting picked up by an American company or they're getting picked up by Japan. They're going somewhere. I think they're going to be going to a Japanese animation company. Like I said, I think an anime Japanese company will be interested in getting them, especially with the manga sales that they sold really well back in the day. There will be interest there. Not sure about the other shows, but let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think will be the future of the remaining Ruby shows and whatnot? Comment, rate. If you like this video and my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for all the latest contents. Thank you. And that's about it. I am the Ultimate Goku. I'm out of it. Peace.